In the Pokemon world, a major challenge of daily life is simply coexisting with these amazing, powerful creatures, and this often involves the safe storage and control of Pokemon. You can't just carry many water types with you during day-to-day travel on long distances from water. Many Pokemon are too big to fit in a car, boat, or train carriage, and some useful Pokemon may also be too dangerous to allow to wander freely in a town or city. This was just as true for ancient humans as us today, so it is not surprising that systems of storage and control for Pokemon have been a major area of technological development as human societies progress. Today we'll be doing an overview of some well-known ways that ancient, medieval, and modern humans stored and controlled Pokemon. The first recorded efforts to contain Pokemon in the archaeological record are temples. These magnificent dwellings were created mainly to house legendary Pokemon tied to the community's well-being, for good or ill. Ancient peoples of Hoenn and Galar famously created temples with elaborate processes to awaken the legendary titans, who were both worshipped and feared by humanity for their ability to reshape environments. Likewise, Snow Point Temple in northern Sinnoh housed a Regigigas that would monitor the local environment for disruptions and awaken to restore order as needed. It was recently discovered that the Colossus ruins in Unova also house a giant Golurk for the defense of the ancient city, and its response to being recently awakened proved it was a dedicated guardian. Some ancient societies took a different path and developed special tools for storing powerful allied Pokemon. This allowed their deities or protectors to be more readily summoned to aid them in defense of their communities. The ancient civilization of Pokemopolis had devices that contained a giant Alakazam and Gengar for the city's defense, and they also had a failsafe giant Jigglypuff for soothing the other two Pokemon if they got into self-destructive fights. We also know of the Magma Stone, which was used by people from Sinnoh to seal away a local Heatran in Stark Mountain. Other civilizations made or found artifacts that allowed them to tame and even control legendary Pokemon directly, which has its benefits and drawbacks. Shamudi Island, in the heart of the Orange Archipelago, had a system of shrines and orbs to tame the legendary bird trio, along with help from Lugia, when their conflicts disrupted global weather patterns. The blue and red orbs were used by militaristic societies of ancient Hoenn to control Kyogre and Groudon as weapons, and the inhabitants of Machina Town in Sinnoh equipped Pokemon with armor that allowed humans to control the creatures directly. You probably notice a theme of Sinnoh's ancient people using Pokemon for war, which is a story for another time. And by medieval times, centuries ago, we see portable Pokemon storage developed by multiple societies and groups. The most charismatic version of this is of course the Aura Guardians, heroes who are able to contain their partner Pokemon within crystals on the tip of a special staff. The Pokemon could be summoned on command, allowing for Guardians to easily transport powerful allies in secret during missions. Aura Guardians were also known to use keystones to contain restless spirits on occasion, creating spiritombs. But the most common storage device we see in this period is unmistakably the precursor to the modern Pokeball. Multiple ancient and medieval societies struck upon the idea to store Pokemon in ball-shaped devices. Most early designs were large, immobile, and made of stone, which was necessary to house large, strong Pokemon. Also, Pokemon naturally curl into a ball, making them fit well into the space. Over time, these early Pokeballs got smaller, portable, and diversified in materials used. This process likely depended on the ability to replicate and miniaturize the early technologies used to shrink and transfer Pokemon into storage devices. And as a side note, Pokemon do not just sit within a Pokeball as red or white light. That is just the shrinking technology, which does also work on inanimate objects. Another story for another time. By the time of Pokemon Legends, which depicts the early colonization of Sinnoh, wooden, steam-powered Pokeballs existed. Fragile, possibly ornamental Pokeballs have also been discovered on occasion dating back to only a few centuries ago. And note the signature red-white color that we see in the most basic modern Pokeballs is an old design choice. Also, we still see the construction of shrines such as Johto's multiple towers devoted to common and legendary Pokemon. And speaking of Johto, the biggest breakthrough in Pokeball technology occurred 400 to 700 years ago when artisans in the Johto region developed Apricorn-based Pokeballs. Apricorns are a regional fruit well known for their tough outer shell that Pokemon can't easily eat through. Through a special process, the shell of the Apricorn is converted into a sturdy storage device and fitted with its internal capture net. Johto specialists also discovered that different Apricorns work better on certain Pokemon based on their typing or physical attributes. The properties of the fruits better simulated environments that Pokemon liked and helped convince a wild Pokemon to not break free of its capture. These Apricorn-based balls allowed for many more people in Johto to become owners of Pokemon, and they were planted throughout the region to make Pokeball production easier. As catching and keeping Pokemon became more widespread and normalized, the Pokeball eventually became a mass-produced product. Inventors started to make Pokeballs more cheaply and quickly from metal and other artificial materials. And with industrialization, Apricorn artisans were replaced by factories where the standard Pokeball was designed and churned out in massive numbers. Improvements on this basic design led to the Great and Ultra Balls, which lock tighter and have advanced interiors that better soothe the Pokemon, increasing catch rates. The upshot is that Pokeballs have become so common that nowadays anyone can apply to become a licensed trainer, gaining the right to purchase Pokeballs and capture Pokemon. And looking towards the future, we can already see more obscure and even non-Pokeball capture technologies being developed by individuals and organizations. It's kind of an open secret that tech companies like Silphco and the Devon Corporation are putting a lot of work into developing master balls that guarantee catches, but these are very rarely seen outside of company buildings and testing grounds. The Johto gym leader Bugsy of Azalea Town has a special bug catching net that uses modified Pokeball technology. It uses the internal capture net of a Pokeball as a traditional bug net, sucking a trapped Pokemon into the ball mounted on the device. Pokemon Rangers are also well known for their capture stylers, which allow them to temporarily control wild Pokemon as they combat crime and ecological problems. And speaking of crime, it's unfortunate that amoral scientists working for the criminal organization Team Rocket have developed Dark Balls, which completely dominate the will of Pokemon while increasing their power. Some tech billionaires have also developed capture devices that look nothing like Pokeballs, allowing them to detain and sometimes control powerful legendary Pokemon. International police have their hands full monitoring and regulating these new technologies, preventing their abuse and potential harm to both the natural environment and human communities. In conclusion, Pokemon capture technology has gone through many small and large revolutions over the millennia, drastically changing the relationship between humans and Pokemon at a fundamental level. And while we can't know exactly what the future holds, we can ensure that we will face it with Pokemon at our side, but not necessarily with Pokeballs.